Hey guys, this is Dust, and today I want to talk about what SSRIs do to me. Now, this is important because my main goal in going back to therapy is to get the fuck off of them. Because seriously, this this is not fun. Um, yeah, I mean, I also have some, other potential medical issues. We don't really know because I don't go to the doctor because I'm terrified of fucking doctors. So I have not been in a long time. And whenever I have to go to get my pills refilled, because coming off of them suddenly is a really bad idea. But anyway, going to the doctor is a panic attack. Clear and simple. I go to the doctor, I have a panic attack. That's how that seems to go. Um, so what the effect that, well, and for those of you who don't know, an SSRI is a serotonin reuptake inhibitor. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor. I was trying to figure out what the second S was for. Which basically means that in your brain, when your neurons do certain things, they release serotonin, which helps other neurons do other things. And the longer that the serotonin stays in your brain and not in your neurons, the more and further the reaction goes. So if your brain picks up the serotonin, if your neurons pick up the serotonin too fast, then the reactions don't go far enough. It's like short circuiting, kind of, or at least that's kind of my. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. That seems to be how it's described to work. So anyway, an SSRI is supposed to make your neurons leave the serotonin in your brain for longer. But then serotonin also does other wacky shit, in your gut primarily. That's like where most of the serotonin is in your body, is in your gut. And I don't know, maybe I'm paranoid or something, but well, I mean, I know I'm paranoid, but I kind of feel like maybe this has something to do with my fainting episodes. Like I've had this for a long time, but I kind of anyway, it's like it does so many different things. Serotonin does so many different things in your body that just giving it to somebody who potentially has medical issues, giving an SSRI to someone who has potential medical issues dealing with the nervous system, like the vasovagal nerve. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. But anyway, the second little brain that lives in your body and makes you faint and shit, that's a nerve. And if you're giving somebody that affects their nervous system, you should maybe think about how that's going to affect their nervous system. Duh. Okay, sorry, mini rant. I've been on these for a long time and it's kind of making me crazy. Well, I mean, different crazy than. But anyway, emotionally, what the SSRIs have done to me, I got a couple different analogies for you. First of all, I feel like a muggle. And you all know I love Harry Potter. I'm a Potter nerd. I'm a Potterhead. Hee hee hee. Um, but I feel like I used to have magical powers. Not literally, maybe literally, but not literally. Not like that. I used to be part of a world where people were bright and in color and shining and they cared about what they did. And now, well, trying to figure out how to explain this. Like if you look at a crowd and you feel an instant connection to certain people in the crowd and not other people, like there are some people who are real people and then most everybody else is, kind of dim and boring and dull, and there's no connection. They don't seem to sparkle in your sight. And this can be, people you fall in love with, people you like, teachers you find, people get girl crushes or man crushes on people like this. But those are the shiny people. Those are the sparkling people who, if you go and you talk to them, they have so much passion and interest, and they're completely present in their life. And I used to think that everybody had this until I started moving in some other circles of people. Like I remember the first person I met who was boring. I used to think that nobody could actually be boring if you talked to them enough. And this guy was actually boring. And I couldn't figure it out for a long time, and I thought he was the only one, and then I learned that no, most people are like that. It's just that the people that I would engage with on a regular basis were the sparkly type of people. So now, since I've started taking SSRIs, I'm on Zoloft, sertraline. Yeah, that's the one I can pronounce. The other one that I'm supposed to take, that I don't take because I don't go to the doctor to get it refilled, is one that I can't pronounce. And the pharmacy laughs at me because they know me, because they know I can't pronounce it, and I practice in the car before I go in. Anyway, rambling. That's a story for another time. But what's happened since then is that I feel like I've become one of those dim and dull people in the crowd. I don't feel like I sparkle anymore. And I used to. I didn't know the difference until I felt this way. And it's horrible. I feel like I've been turned into a muggle. Yeah. So that's analogy number one. Analogy number two is kind of more directly regarding what a lot of people on the internets, yay for Google, my BFF sometimes, but people have been calling it the SSRI apathy, where, like, at least for me, you kind of have an intellectual emotion, but you don't have a real deep emotion. Now, I still have panic attacks and major depressive issues and all of that. It's just that seems to be separate from me. There was a visual I thought of. It's like if I were a pond or a deep well, and I used to be completely open. Like, you could dive to the bottom of me. But now there's a layer of glass that sits below the surface, and everything I express and feel and can deal with is the water on top of that glass. And anything that hurts me and feels bad, and any kind of emotion, passion, excitement, I can't seem to feel those things because those dive deeper underneath the glass. And I feel like there's a storm raging down there, and I can't access it. I can see it. I know that it's there, but I can't access it. So like, occasionally, the glass will crack and I'll have a panic attack, or I'll have an episode of existential dread kind of crap. And, that's a lot of fun because, it's high pressure. It's like bottling up your emotions, kind of, except that it's like, I don't, the me that's on top can't access the emotions on the bottom. So there's no way for me to release it. I can see it, but I can't feel it. It's not like I'm in control of bottling up my emotions or not bottling up my emotions. So, like, every little thing that's happened to me since, every little thing and every not little thing that's happened to me since I started on SSRIs, I feel like I haven't been able to deal with it. I haven't been able to integrate it with myself, with my person. I haven't been able to off gas it or let it go because it all slips beneath the surface. So there have been a lot of things. My life is complicated and confusing like everybody else's. And, for me, the saying, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. That holds really true. And I break everything, which is fun sometimes, but so that's, I want to feel like a whole person again. I want the depth of my well to be the true depth of my well. And I want to feel like I have passion and like I can care about things again. I I don't know. I started going to church um, um after an incident with my ex, and I was already on Zoloft, and sorry, there's a plane. It's really loud. But I realized a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, I don't know. But I realized that nobody at my church ever knew me before I started taking antidepressants. And it made so many things click, like why nobody was calling me on not being extraordinary. Because I don't fear going out there and putting myself out there and doing amazing things. I don't fear failure. I fear being ordinary. So taking these meds has basically made my worst fear a reality. And that's kind of fucked up, just saying. So that's why I want to get off of these. Cuz my capacity to care is just so anyway, thanks for listening.